Welcome to Gentle Yoga. My name is Brynne. I'm glad that you found me here on the virtual hub, and I'm so grateful to be able to practice with you today. So remember, this is your own practice. It's really important to take cues from your body, from your energy, from your thoughts, your emotions that come into this next hour, and custom tailor this practice for exactly what you need today. All exercises at your own risk. If you feel dizzy, short of breath, lightheaded, or in pain, please stop and assess. See if it feels safe to come back to your practice. And if today is not the day, that is okay. You can just turn this class off and try again another time. Make sure the space around your yoga mat or your workspace is clear and free. We want to make sure we move furniture, pets, children. So we want to be able to move safely today. For today's class, have a yoga mat or a soft surface. If you have a few blocks, you might grab those. If not, a thick book can work in place of that, and some type of strap. That could be a necktie or a belt or a kitchen towel or a yoga strap. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll meet you on your mat. So just starting in a lying down position. So coming all the way down, feel free to use pillows or a blanket or a bolster or your blocks for a little support. I'm going to take them underneath my thighs, opening my knees wide with the soles of the feet together. That's what my body is asking for to begin. If there's another shape that feels better for you, feel free to come right into that. Find a comfortable position for your sides, on your belly, or across your chest. Make sure that the arm position does not create tension in your neck. Find perfect ease here as we begin our practice. And as you arrive into this shape, take a moment to notice any strong sensations, which might be messages that the body is giving you. So feel free to make those adjustments now. And then when you feel ready, and rest. Thighs. Notice what it feels like to give yourself permission to fully surrender. Surrender through the breath. Three more times. And exhaling to release. More times. around like a balloon. Ocean wave on your exhale. Your messages are doing today. A nasal breath might not be for you, so give yourself permission to adjust. Stop the body. Fully focus on inhales and exhales. If at any time during practice today that your mind wanders, and it probably will or already has already, just gently bring your awareness back to the breath. No judgment there. Good. Let's go ahead and layer the hands on top of the heart center here. To set an intention or a mantra for practice. Maybe forming that around a sense of gratitude. Maybe just for being here, showing up for yourself. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Tuning back to that nasal breath or that ujjayi breath, we'll begin to bring some motion into the body. Wiggling fingers and toes. If you have your knees open wide, gently bring the knees together, give them a gentle squeeze. Releasing your blocks and extend your legs and your arms in the opposite direction, finding a full body stretch here. Good. Pointing through the toes, reaching through the fingers, just awakening. Good, and we'll find a little crescent moon stretch here. So we're gonna lift the right leg off the mat, walk it to the right, left leg follows. Let's keep the pelvis where it is. So both backs of the hips should be connected. We're going to bring our arms over towards the right, lift the head and lift the shoulders. Continue to walk that upper body towards the right side. And then make sure both shoulder blades are connected to the mat now. And then begin to breathe into the left side body. So we're making this crescent moon shape. Lots of length on that left side. Feel that space as you breathe into your hip, the left waist, rib cage, upper chest, lung, and armpit. Some like to cradle left hand into right hand. You can use that right hand to gently draw to the right a little bit more. Make sure that you're not forcing anything or over efforting. Just a gentle opening. Good. Let's go ahead and gently bring the arms, head, and shoulders back to center, and then follow with your legs left and then right. Pause here in the center. We'll bend the knees, placing the feet on the floor. Bring your arms along your sides, taking a bridge pose. So rooting down through the feet and the arms, we'll lift the hips towards the sky any amount. And then begin to engage inner thighs as though you're squeezing into a yoga block. Soften your face and your jaw. And then anchor down through the entire foot. See if you can lift your hips a little higher. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, slide your tailbone forward towards your legs or towards your ankles as you slowly roll down. Starting to lengthen that low back just a little bit more. Good. Once the hips connect, we're going to go ahead and extend those legs and crescent moon side two. So walking the legs towards the left side of your mat, starting with the left and then the right. Again, making sure that the pelvis stays level, stays connected. Take your arms overhead and then walk your arms, head, and shoulders towards the left. Keeping the hips connected to the mat, and then settle both shoulder blades back down. Pausing here as you stretch the right side of your body. Make sure that you're not clenching your jaw or straining for this stretch in any way. Just allow each breath to gently open up your right waist, your intercostal muscles between the ribs, in the armpit area and the upper chest. We'll take one more full breath in. Exhaling all the way. And we'll walk back to center, starting with the arms, head and shoulders, and then following with the legs, right and then left. Let's find that bridge again. So bending the knees, placing the feet on the floor. The feet should be parallel, about hips distance apart. Arms along the sides. We're going to anchor down through the arms and the feet. Inhale as you lift and roll the spine up. Pausing here as you breathe. This time, if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, getting a little bit bigger stretch into your chest, you can begin to walk the shoulder blades towards one another underneath you. And that props you up onto the shoulder heads. And then maybe interlacing your fingers if that feels comfortable. And then as you root down through the hands and forearms, press down through your feet. Lift your hips and your chest and your belly a little bit higher. Pause there. Release any clenching of the jaw, any straining of the eyes. And then notice your feet and press evenly through all parts of the foot. Take one more deep inhale. And then exhale, we're going to gently unwind the arms. Take them up and overhead. Keep your hips lifted. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, glide your tailbone forward towards your heels as you slowly roll the spine down. So we've articulated the vertebra here, which feels really, really good to me. Extend your legs long, interlace the fingers behind the head, and inhale to gently lift the head, lengthening the neck. And we'll do the same thing here as we slowly roll the spine down. Good. So resting on the back of the skull, you'll notice that your chin is now reaching a little closer towards your heart. So we have a nice long neck. Let's hug the right knee towards the chest. Point and flex through the toes. So finding some movement through the ankle. We'll take the foot from side to side. And then use the toes to circle towards the right, up and around. And reverse your circles. Good. Let's go ahead and extend the leg up, making a footprint on the ceiling, softening through your right knee here. Now, if you have a strap, you can take the strap around the ball of the foot. If you don't have a strap, you can interlace the hands behind the leg, reaching out through the left heel, anchoring down towards the mat with your inner left thigh. So I really want to stay grounded here. And we'll continue to invite a stretch in the hamstring. Take it nice and easy. As you feel any release, you can hug the leg a little closer towards the body. Be really aware that if the leg starts to shake or if you're straining in your head, neck, and shoulders, we want to ease off. Good. Let's take 2 more full breaths here. I like to wrap the strap around my hand once or twice here, and that allows me to hang more fully on my arm bones rather than use my arm muscles. And let's go ahead and take the strap into the right hand. Bring your left arm all the way out to the side, anchoring the left shoulder blade. Keep your left hip on the mat here as well as you open the right leg to right side. So I can only go about 1/3 of the way there, maybe even 1/4 of the way. My hip wants to start to lift up. And we don't want that because that would add a twist for our spine. What we want is a nice neutral spine and we want an open hip. So we want to keep the pelvis level here and then just explore with our breath while remaining nice and open here. Good. And if you don't have a strap, you might have to prop your right elbow on the floor like a little kickstand and just rest the leg into the right hand. So that would be a way to give yourself some support if you're not using a strap today. Let's take 2 more full breaths wherever you are. Being sure to exhale all the way, maybe even pausing at the bottom of the exhale before inhaling. Just honoring those still moments. Good. Let's gently bring the leg up to center. Take the strap into the left hand. Again, you can wrap around if you'd like to, and we'll take the leg across the midline. This time we do want to twist the spine. So the pelvis is going to tilt left. The right hip lifts. We start to get a nice little rotation in that low back area. Making sure the right shoulder blade stays rooted on the mat, you can take your right arm all the way out to the side. Deepening this twist all the way up into the neck. You can turn your head to the right. Make sure that you settle into a shape that allows the breath to stay open. So if the inhale or the exhale is blocked in any way, you've gone too far, you'll want to ease off. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Give your body permission to release any holding wherever you feel that. Soften on the exhale. Good. Let's first bring our head back up to center, neutralizing our neck, and then we'll bring the leg to the center. Good. We'll bend the knee, hug the knee in towards the chest. Good. Bend the left knee, placing the foot on the floor, and we'll take a figure 4 stretch. So cross right ankle over left thigh. If you have a strap, maybe take the strap around the left thigh. If you don't need a strap, you can interlace your fingers behind the leg, and then we'll hug it in any amount. Find some flexion in both ankles here, and that will help to protect the knees in this deep flexion position. You can also explore with some moving, maybe a gentle rock to the left. Just notice how even the subtlest of positions can change the stretch where you feel it. Again, try to soften head, neck, and shoulders. So use that strap to extend the reach if you're straining here. We'll take a few more breaths. Bring awareness to outer right hip, and then energetically move the right knee away from the shoulder. See if you can intensify that stretch just a little bit more. Good. We'll go ahead and take left foot to the floor, unwind, hug both knees to the chest. And we'll take both legs up into the air, making footprints on the ceiling. So we want to keep the knees and ankles stacked over the hips as best as we can. Bring your arms at your sides with the palms down. We're going to keep the left leg nice and still like a statue and work on strengthening our low abdominals with some leg lowers, just focusing on that right moving leg. So left leg is a statue. Anchoring down through the arms. Inhale, we're going to lower the right leg down towards the mat any amount. Make sure that you're not arching or lifting your low back. Exhale, use your abdominal strength, nice and slow. We're going to bring the leg back up to center. Good. Again, inhale, we're going to lower down. Same leg. Exhale as you gently lift. Good. Try to keep that left leg nice and still. We're also lowering the legs slowly and lifting slowly. There is no rush here. Good, let's do 3 more. Always exhaling on the work as we bring the leg back up to center. 2 more. Soften around your face and your jaw, your eyelids. Good. One more. Belly nice and strong. Great job. Bend those knees. Hug the knees to the chest and inhale, lift the forehead towards the knees. Pause here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release down. Let's take the right foot to the floor. We'll hug the left knee to the chest and point and flex. How are you feeling so far? Hopefully you're feeling good. You're starting to feel some release. Let's take the foot from side to side. And then use those toes, draw circles to the left. And then we'll pause and reverse. Good. Let's take that left leg up towards the sky. If you have a strap, go ahead and wrap the strap around the ball of the foot. If you don't have a strap, interlace behind the thigh. I'm going to wrap my hands a few times so that I can hang on my bones, let my muscles release. If you'd like to, you can extend the right leg nice and long. Flex the right ankle, toes pointed to the sky, and anchor down through the inner thigh. And again, with each breath here, just guiding the leg a little closer to the body as you feel your hamstring release. If you're feeling some shakiness, it means you're trying too hard. So take the leg a little further away from the body, easing off. Head, neck, and shoulders nice and soft and relaxed. Face and jaw relaxed. As you feel the hamstring release, maybe the leg can hug a little closer in. So you're just kind of gauging the experience with the body's response to the breath. And again, if your mind wanders, simply bring your awareness back to your inhales and your exhales, staying in this present moment. Good. Let's take the strap into the left hand. Bring right arm all the way out to the side, right shoulder blade rooted. Remember, we also want to keep right hip bone rooted. Pelvis is level as we open the left leg out to the left. And again, I'm going to go maybe about 1/3 of the way, making sure that my pelvis stays neutral here, shoulder blades connected. And then as we exhale and you feel that release of the inner thigh, then maybe the leg can float a little further to the left. Maybe we can open that hip just a little bit more. Remember, we are not going for a twist here. The twist comes a little bit later. We want to go for increased range of motion or hip. Again, if you are not using a strap, you might use your left elbow as a little kickstand on the floor and then just rest the leg in the left hand. Wherever you are, we'll take 2 more breaths, being sure to completely exhale all the way. Good. Let's anchor down through right leg and engage the core muscles to bring the leg back to center. Right hand to the strap, left arm all the way out to the left side. Leg crosses midline towards the right. So now we start to rotate or twist that lower back. Left hip lifts off the floor and pelvis shifts right. Left shoulder blades should stay connected. So keeping your chest nice and open here towards the sky. If you want to add the twist in the neck, turn your head left and breathe. That feels really good to me. I hope that you're finding a place where you can pause and breathe and really enjoy this stretch. Good. Let's take one more full breath in and out. And we'll bring our head to center first, and then carefully bring the leg back to center. Bend the knee. We'll hug the knee towards the chest. Good. We'll release the strap. Hug both knees to the chest. And then we'll extend the legs up towards the sky, making a footprint on the ceiling. Move the legs a little bit away from the body until the ankles are stacked over the hips as best as you can. That will invite the low abdominals to start to engage. So the closer the legs are to the body, we're not using our core to hold. So we want to move the legs away a little bit. This time the right leg will stay still as a statue. Left ankle is flexed, left leg straight and strong, arms at your sides, strong through the belly. Inhale, let's lower the left leg down towards the floor, any amount. And then on the exhale, you're going to slowly lift it back up. So making sure that your lift up is as slow as your lower. Again, same leg, left leg, inhale, lower. And exhale up. So as you lower, be mindful that you're not compromising core strength just to get your legs super low, right? We want to make sure that we maintain proper position here. We have a natural curvature of our low lumbar, but we are not arching through that low back. Keeping the shoulder blades and the pelvis connected and the belly nice and strong. Good. 2 more here. Soften your face and your jaw. Let your breath flow in and out. 1 more. Great work. Hug both knees to the chest. Inhale, lift the forehead towards the knees. Hold here for 5 and breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release head, neck, and shoulders. Very, very nice. Let's take happy baby pose now that we've opened the hips a little bit here. So open your legs nice and wide, reaching for the blades of the feet. Maybe that's too far. Maybe you go for the ankles or behind the knees. But the idea is bending the knees, bringing them towards your armpit or your rib cage, nice and open through the inner hips. You can explore by rocking side to side here. And keep that breath nice and full. Good. Oh, and we didn't stretch our left glute. We need to come to our figure 4. So let's go ahead and do that now. Take the right foot to the floor, cross left ankle on top of the knee. And again, use your strap to thread behind the right knee or interlace your fingers. Making sure that you're not straining through head, neck, and shoulders. Pausing there. Notice where you feel sensation strongly or the strongest and guide your breath to that area. See if you can use the exhale to melt it away just a little bit. Feel free to explore by rocking towards the right just a little bit. Notice how that can change your sensation. It might work for you, it might not. So just customize. And we'll come back to center. Bring awareness to your left hip and energetically use the outer hip muscles to guide the left knee away from the shoulder, intensifying this stretch. One more big breath in. And exhale out. Good. Now we are all balanced. So let's go ahead and unwind. Take the feet to the floor. Reach for one of your blocks if you have it. Press down through your feet as you lift your hips. We're going to slide the block underneath the pelvis. So make sure that when your hips come back down, you're not feeling any pinching in your low back. If you're feeling pinching in the low back, the block might be too high. So what we want is we want the block underneath the sacrum, the lowest portion of the pelvis there. And we'll stretch our hip flexors here. We'll just start by extending the right leg nice and long. And we'll stretch that right hip flexor, keeping the toes pointed to the sky, but not using too much effort here in the leg. That might be enough stretch for you with that left foot on the floor. If you desire a deeper stretch, you can hug the left knee towards the body. You can use your strap, you can use your hands to hold it there. Make sure head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed. Big breath in and out. So if you do a lot of sitting, this is a really, really important stretch to do to create balance in your hips so that you don't start getting some pain in your low back. So if the hip flexors get tight, it pulls your pelvis forward, which can cause some low back pain. So it's important to keep the front of the hips, these hip flexors nice and stretched out so our pelvis can sit in a neutral, happy position. Let's take one more full breath in and exhale out. Good. Go ahead and take your left foot to the floor. Bend the right knee, place the right foot on the floor. And second side, we'll slide the left leg long to start. Pausing there, see how that feels. That might be as far as you go today. Again, with that left ankle, we want to keep it flexed, toes pointed to the sky, but we're not going to over effort anything in that left leg too much here. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can hug right knee towards the body, using your hands to hold or a strap. Good. Exhaling all the way. We'll stay here for a while and breathe. Just let your breath flow completely in and completely out. Let's take one more full breath here. Exhaling all the way. Good. Right foot finds the floor. Bend the left knee, left foot finds the floor. Pressing down through both feet, lift the hips and remove your block. Slowly roll the spine down. Good. Let's go ahead and walk the feet as wide as your mat. Knock your knees together. Bring hands to low belly or cactus your arms to the sides to stretch the shoulders a little bit more. Just pause and breathe. Just allow a release. Just finding some balance in the pelvis, the hips, and low back area. Take a big inhale and exhale all the way out.
Good. Take your time rolling onto either side of your body. Just rest there for a breath or two. We'll use this as a transitional shape before we come up onto hands and knees. Good. When you're ready to press your way all the way up, and we'll come to hands and knees tabletop. Bring your blocks to either side of your block so that they're there just in case we want to use them today. I'm going to adjust my mic just a bit. Good. So tabletop position. We're going to go ahead and stack wrists and shoulders. Unless you have sensitivity in your wrists, you can walk your wrists a little bit further forward if you'd like to. Knees underneath the hips, about hips distance apart here, and we're going to anchor down through the tops of the feet and the toes. Looks like it might be a little hard to see my feet, so I'll slip my socks off. Coming into tabletop. So bring your belly up towards your spine, nice and strong through your core. We'll take a deep inhale. And then on your exhale, it's round into cat. So tuck the tail, release the head around your spine up to the sky. And then we'll reverse that. Inhale as you begin to bring the belly down, lift the tail, lift the heart and the head. And then again, exhale round, pressing through widespread fingers, strong in your belly. Inhale, we'll reverse, cow pose, and exhaling to cat. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Just take it at the rate of your own breath. Relax your jaw. Don't clench your teeth. Great job. So inhale back to a neutral spine. We're going to take the right leg back behind us with the toes on the mat. Press back through the heel. Feel a nice stretch in the calf. Making sure that we're still stacked wrist and shoulders and we haven't collapsed through the belly, the chest, or the head. So really keeping that integrity along the back body here, integrity in our form. Good. Let's go ahead and lift that right leg off the floor now, using the strength of your core and back body muscles. Keep the right hip reaching downward, so pelvis is neutral here. Take a deep inhale, lift the heart, gaze, and the leg, so moving into an extension of the spine. And then on your exhale, we'll flex the spine, so bring the knee towards the nose. Release your head and round your spine. Inhale to extend and lift up. And exhale to crunch and round. So strengthening our core here as we find a little bit more range in our hip, in our neck, in our spine. Good. Let's do 3 more. And exhale. If the wrists become tired, you can make a fist and come up onto your fists. That's a really good solution if you start to feel some discomfort there. 1 more here. And exhale, crunch. Good. Inhale to extend that right leg out. We're going to pivot on the left knee and then open up into a side plank. So the weight shifts to that left hand. Right arm reaches to the sky. We stack the shoulders. We stack the hips. Let's bring the belly in. Let's broaden through the chest and then hug the hips forward just a little bit. Good. So right leg is floating if that feels comfortable for you here. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, we'll bring everything back to center. Nicely done. So take a child's pose to take a rest here. So knees can be close, they can be wide. You can rest your forehead to a block or the floor. Arms can be extended or along your sides, entirely up to what your body needs in this moment. Good. Take some time to flex and extend through the wrists or roll them out into circles. Reversing your circles. And then let's rise up to tabletop.
Good. So we'll come into, again, this nice tall posture here with stacked joints. We'll extend the left leg back now. Toes on the floor, reach and really press your heel back. Firm up your thigh to keep the leg lifted and active. Again, we're nice and lifted through the chest, the neck, the belly. Big breaths here. Building some heat, building some awareness. Reach the heel back just a little bit more. Get a bigger stretch through that calf. And then strong as you float the leg off the mat. So really using your core muscles here. Take a deep inhale. Let's lift the gaze, lift the leg, and exhale, knee to nose. Pressing through the hands, rounding the belly up. Good. Inhale to extend and lift. And exhale round. So lots of really good things happening here. But remember, if the wrists are sensitive, make a fist. Good. 3 more. Soften your face and your jaw. 2 more. And last one. Inhale, extend that left leg back, little pivot on that right knee, shift weight to right hand and open up to side plank, stacking shoulders and wrists and hips. That lifted ankle is flexed, so that leg is really active, straight and strong. We'll draw the belly in, but draw the heart up and hug your hips forward just a little bit more. Good. Notice that I haven't dropped my head to my shoulder. My neck is nice and long here, so we want to keep that integrity in our spine as well. Take another deep inhale. Good. On your exhale, we'll slowly come back down to hands and knees, and we'll find our child's pose. Again, give yourself this position, whatever feels best for you. Take some time to roll out through your wrists. Excellent job. So let's go ahead and come up onto hands and knees just briefly here. We're going to be doing a downward dog, but if you know that you can't do that for wrists or shoulders, you can come into a dolphin, interlace the fingers, and you'll place the elbows under the shoulders, tuck the toes, and lift the hips. That would be a great option in place of a down dog. If you're taking downward dog today, we'll take those hands shoulder width, fingers spread wide. Lift the hips to the sky. Keep the knees slightly bent here as you release your head between your arms. As you press your mat or the floor forward, let's reach the tailbone back just a little bit more. Feel that length in your spine. Take some time to shake the head no a few times. Pause and gently nod the head yes. Good. And we'll slowly walk our feet forward towards our hands, coming into a standing forward fold. Nice and easy and gentle here. So feel free to bring your blocks out in front of you if you need to. Hands can be on the shins or the floor. Release your head any amount. Let your neck go. Good. Now let's press down through the feet and wake up your core. Inhales, you lift up halfway flat back. So if you're using those blocks, you can take those fingertips to the blocks. Draw the belly in, draw the shoulder blades together, and bring your heart forward. Same thing with our crown. So the neck is nice and neutral here. We're gazing down at the top of the mat. Take another deep inhale. On your exhale, transition to a chair pose. So bend the knees and we'll sit those hips back. Begin to lift your heart and hands move towards heart center, out in front or elevated overhead, arms framing the ears. So doing what feels best for neck and shoulders today. Sitting down into that chair as deep as feels comfortable, making sure that we can still see our toes. Drawing the belly in. Good. Feel that heat and strength in the legs, in the core and the shoulders. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, we'll sit back just a little more if that is comfortable for you, and then press through your feet and inhale. Let's rise out of that chair, interlacing the fingers, pointers extended. Now you might lose my hands here, but that's okay. Arms are overhead. I have my fingers interlaced. I have my pointers extended, and I'm just reaching my arms straight to the sky. Drop your tailbone towards your heels and then offer a slight upper back bend, making sure that your buttocks is strong, your thighs are engaged, your belly is strong, and we want to support that low back here. Good. Inhale as you come back up to neutral spine. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great. So let's go ahead and come into standing balance. So remove your blocks. Make sure they're out of the way. Coming into tree pose here today. So if you like to step off onto a hard surface, if you feel more secure there or close to a wall, make sure to do that. Make sure that you're feeling safe. So we'll stand in Tadasana, mountain pose, or easy standing. We want to make sure that we have our feet parallel, about hips distance apart. Bring your hands to your hips, and we'll begin to shift the weight gently towards that left leg, making sure, notice that my left hip is still right under my shoulder. If you've collapsed your pelvis and you have this sassy hip, I want you to shift back to both legs, hands to the hips, and then gentle shift over, keeping the pelvis nice and neutral. We'll go ahead and turn the right knee out, and you can kickstand the right heel on top of left foot, or maybe bring it up to the inner leg. Maybe you can go as high as the inner thigh, but make sure that you're not pressing on your knee. So that right foot should be low or high. Good. Now engage your outer right hip and then begin to open the knee back just a little bit more. Lift your heart, find a focus point, and begin to breathe. You can explore with arm variations here. I'm actually going to come into some sun goddess arms, keeping my arms low and in the frame. But maybe your arms are fully extended into tall branches. Maybe they're low branches. Maybe hands just stay at the heart. Wherever you are, make sure that you're breathing nice and still. And if you wobble or you come out of your tree, that's okay. That's part of life, right? Just slowly bring yourself back in. Good. Let's take one more deep inhale and exhale. Slowly begin to bring your hands to your heart and then to your hips. Slide the right toes to the floor, turn the knee in, and we'll go ahead and stand on both legs. Shake it out a little bit there. We'll come on to our second side. So finding that Tadasana mountain pose, feet are parallel, belly is in. Find that focus point. Shift towards that right leg. Remember that we are not going for a sassy hip today. We're going for a nice level pelvis. We're going to turn that left knee out, placing left heel on right foot. Maybe foot to inner leg, or maybe all the way up in the inner thigh. Again, we're bypassing the knee, never pressing on that joint. Good. Bring awareness now to this outer left hip or your side seat and glute area, and begin to engage it as we invite the left knee back just a little bit more. Hug your hips forward, lift your heart. As you stay focused on that visual point, go ahead and explore with your arms here today. And again, it's okay to wobble. It's even okay to come completely out of the posture. What's most important is how we react to challenge. So we're going to practice just accepting and adapting where we're at, where our balance is at today. Provide ourselves love and patience. And then just remember that it's just yoga. We can always come right back in. Great job. One more deep inhale. Stay as you exhale. Slowly begin to bring your hands towards heart, and then hands to the hips. Slide left toes to the mat. Turn the knee to center. Stepping on that left leg and shake it out. Great. Excellent work. Let's go ahead and step towards the front of the mat. Have your blocks there handy if you like to use them for your forward fold, as I did before. We're going to stand again in Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet are parallel, stacking head, heart, hips, knees, and ankles. Press down, inhale, sweep your arms out and up. If it's comfortable, begin to look up towards your hands. On your exhale, soften your knees, hinge from your hips, kind of coming down into this chair type pose, and continue forward with a flat back as we swan dive down. Hands can come to the floor or your blocks. Inhale as you lift halfway, flat back, lengthen. Exhale as you lower down. Good. Press down, inhale, reverse swan dive. Lift up with a flat back. Sweep your arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, lower down. Let's do that one more time. Press down, inhale, lift up. Lengthen, reach to the sky. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale as you lower. Take your hands to the blocks or the floor. Take a step back with one leg and then the other until you are on all fours once more. Good. Go ahead and remove your blocks. We're going to thread the needle to stretch back of the shoulder here. So let's take this left hand, slide it under the right hand, and reach out as far as you can. Rest down to left shoulder, left temple, and then begin to spiral the heart towards the right or up towards the sky. If the head doesn't reach the floor, you can lay your head on a pillow or a block or a blanket. Nice big belly breaths here. So we get a nice, great stretch for posterior deltoid, upper back area, and we get a nice little twist. Good. Let's press down through that right hand. Bring that left hand all the way back to center. A little cat-cow here to just find some balance and harmony. And then when you're ready to second side. So we'll take the right hand under the left, reaching out as far as we can, resting down to right shoulder, right temple. And then begin to spiral the heart towards the left or up towards the sky. Soften what you can soften. Just breathe. Good. We'll press down through left hand. Return back up to tabletop. And again, a little cat-cow if you'd like. Maybe shift the hips from side to side. Whatever you need to feel good in your spine and your shoulders and your hips. And when you're ready to, let's come all the way down onto the back. So this is the prime time to cover up with any layers. Have a blanket close by, whatever you need. Good. Hug those knees towards your chest and rock from side to side. So we got quite a bit of twisting today. We even did our little inversion with our bridges at the beginning. So I feel like we're ready to come down into our final resting pose. If there is one more posture that your body is calling for, maybe circling out through the hips here, maybe a twist, maybe a happy baby again, whatever your body needs, go ahead and take this next about 30 seconds. When you feel ready to find your final resting pose, this should be a shape of ease, pleasure, comfort. Use your blocks, your props, however you would like to. We'll take a deep inhale together. Open your mouth, exhale out. Good. Let the work of the practice go. It's in the past. Shedding all the layers of your effort. And just settling into stillness, peace, and rest. Take a big breath in. Exhale out. Pause to notice how you feel. And then bring small movements to fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. If it's comfortable, you can gently turn your head from side to side. And then hug both knees towards the chest. Strong belly, inhale, lifting the forehead towards the knees. Exhale to release back down. Good. Gently roll to either side of the body here. And when it feels comfortable, press down with both arms and lift up to a comfortable seat. Any seat that feels really, really good in your body at this time. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Stack the head on top of the heart, on top of the hips. Take a deep inhale. And then on your exhale, lower the right ear to the right shoulder. Just pause as you breathe into the left side of the neck. And then exhale, we'll roll the chin towards the chest. And then inhale, roll left ear to left shoulder. Lift your heart, relax the right shoulder down. Breathe in. And exhale, chin to chest. And just for a few more breaths, just gently roll from side to side. Staying on the front part of the body, don't roll your head backwards. One more time to the right, and one more to the left. Bring the chin towards the heart, and inhale, head to neutral. Good. Inhale, circle your arms out and up overhead. Palms together, and exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here to express gratitude to yourself for the practice, for carving out the time for you and your health and wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming to Gentle Yoga. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.